Hey, what's up guys? It's Jordan from TeasersBooks, and today I'm going to be doing a book review. Today we are going to be discussing and reviewing Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future by A.S. King. This book review is going to be spoiler-free, so if you haven't read the book, you can watch the whole thing. I received this book for review from my local bookstore. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this book. Let's get into it. Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future is about a girl named Glory, obviously, and her mother committed suicide when she was really young, and since then she's always wondering if she was gonna go the same way. And then one day her and her friend decide to try this weird thing, and it ends up making them see someone's infinite past and future, so generations before and after them. Obviously it would freak anybody out, and it causes Glory to see some really interesting things about the upcoming future. I really enjoyed this book. I thought the plot was very intricate and very well thought out. I was not expecting it to be the kind of book that it was. It was broadcasted as a feminist story. I'm all for equality and everything, but I didn't want them like throwing the topic at me, and so I was worried going in that I would not enjoy it. I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars, about a 75 to an 80 on my percentage scale. I think that if I had to characterize this book, it's a mixture between We Were Liars and The Program, if that makes any sense. So deep thinking contemporary as well as a dystopian. Yeah, it's basically a dystopian contemporary. That's the only way I can really describe it that makes sense. So when she sees the future, she sees this feminist document being made, and it's so that females can have the same work pay as males, but then they find a loophole in the document that says, oh, well, who says we even have to pay or let women work in the first place? The United States kind of tumbles downhill from there, and she can see everyone who's involved in this war, and she starts writing a diary. It was a hard book to get into just because the whole beginning is very gloomy, because she talks about her mother, and she talks about basically a lot of depressing things, and you see, it seems like she's suicidal even though she claims she's not, and that's really hard to get through because you really don't know what's going through her mind and what she could possibly do. I was terrified that that's how the book would end, with her having enough. That was a bit hard, but after I got into it and got used to the characters, it was an easy read. One thing I must say, there's a very prominent element in photography, and while I do like photography, I don't know all of the technical terms, so a lot of that was lost on me. So when she was explaining stuff, it was explained a little bit in the book, but not to the scale that I would have liked for me to understand the references she was making, because she would have a bad day and reference it to some kind of picture thing, and I just don't get that kind of stuff at this moment because I'm not that into photography. Be warned that there might be some stuff lost on you if that's not your thing. Like I said, it has a very intricate plot, and I was very blown away by that. It is one of those books that you can tell that she sat down and wrote everything down before she started writing. It had very strong characters. They were all very different from each other, and I think that really made the book overall well-rounded, and all of the characters had very different personalities, and it was very easy to connect with at least one character in this book. If you're one of those people that really hates how books end and you always want a few more chapters, well, this book basically tells you the ending because you see into the future, so you see what's going to happen. I think that this book ended perfectly, and it completely summed up the entire story and the entire world that she was building here. I would just love to have a sequel of her actually living in this dystopian society. I think that'd be really awesome. Yeah, so overall I was glad I read the book. It was not my favorite, but was definitely worth the read. I would definitely recommend this to people who are into a different kind of contemporary. If they like contemporaries, I would recommend this book, especially if you want to try something new and different in the contemporary side. Also, if you do like photography, I do recommend this book because, like I said, it has a very prominent element of photography. That's it for me. That's my book review on Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future. Once again, if you could follow me on my Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and my blog, that'd be amazing. I would really appreciate it and everything. Click like, subscribe, comment below what you thought of this book. I would love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, and keep on reading, guys.